Dear friend, have you ever had an encounter with someone with very strong beliefs? Someone who pushed their beliefs on others and became angry when others held a different perspective than their own? A my way or the highway kind of person, so to speak. Well, I had this type of encounter the other day at the bank. The gentleman working there was very friendly, and we started up a conversation about our travel abroad experiences teaching English. When he told me that he was in the Peace Corps, I became ecstatic to hear more about it. It's been a long-standing dream of mine to volunteer with them. So he handed me his phone number and said, "We'll talk." When we were texting, he gave me a really nice compliment, telling me that he was having a hard day and it was nice to see a bright smile. So the following day, I reached out to him again and I said, "I hope today was a better day." This is where things took an interesting turn. He said that he was trying to have a better day, but there were effing idiots who wouldn't wear masks inside the bank. I tried my best to dissipate his irritation, offering that everyone has a different viewpoint about the situation and it doesn't help to be angry at others. I told him that this virus was creating a divide between people when we should be trying our best to connect and see other people's perspectives. He responded with, "COVID is not creating a divide. White people, spelled with a Y, are creating a divide." He also said that the reason America, spelled with a K, wouldn't get over COVID was because we let dangerous white people do whatever they want with no repercussions. I responded by telling him that our attitude and relationships towards people we don't understand is what makes the biggest difference, and I encouraged him not to hate people for having a different view of the world than he does. What I got after that was, "This is the way it is, period, end of story, and I don't want to talk about it anymore." I felt really torn about this situation. I knew it was really important that I handle it with caution and consideration. Just like everyone else, there was undoubtedly a reason that this gentleman was behaving the way that he was. I didn't know why he was so angry and hateful. His text came across as very bigoted, and it didn't sit well with me. After all, I am white and I live in America. But I wanted to handle the situation with compassion. I wanted to help, but I wasn't quite sure how. I worried that reaching out to the manager at the bank might do more harm than good, because he may be reprimanded harshly for the text messages he sent to one of their members and for name-calling other members. After some deliberation, I decided that I couldn't just do nothing. I sat down and I prayed to God, asking him to give me the right words when I spoke with the manager, so that we could connect in this situation and lead with compassion. The next day, I spoke with the manager over the phone and asked if we could meet to talk in person. We met at a coffee shop across from the bank and had our conversation. I was so relieved to discover that she was a kind, compassionate woman who deeply cared for this employee. We discussed the best way to handle the situation, and she planned on having a conversation with him later that day, and one that came from a place of encouragement and support to follow the values that their bank stood for. I was really glad to have this experience because it helped me realize a lot of things about myself. For one, if this had happened just a few years ago, I would have very likely responded out of my own frustration. I would have fueled the fire for sure. I was really grateful that that didn't happen, and that I was able to maintain composure and patience. That's taken a lot of practice. A lot of practice. It reminds me of something my coworker says: "You attract more flies with honey than you do with vinegar." And a really good TED Talk that I saw one time about a black man who befriended the leader of a KKK group with zero judgment. He confused everyone by showing up to Klan meetings. His long-time relationship with the Klan leader eventually led to the Klan leader leaving the cult for good. It's a really beautiful story, and if you're interested in watching it, it's linked in the description. I believe that pain can either cause us to become angry and hateful, or it can teach us compassion and love. Sometimes we become angry and hateful first, maybe for a really long time. And once we are able to heal and grow, love and compassion blossom out of those hard lessons. Leading with compassion can be challenging, especially when it comes to people and things that hurt us the deepest. I've had a really hard time with this for most of my life, and it will never be easy. But the good news is we can get better at it.
We just have to keep trying. And we have to remind ourselves that everyone has been through something, and their experiences are what shapes their behaviors. I don't know if I will get an apology from this employee or not. Regardless, I forgive him for his hurtful comments. The reality is, I have no idea what the reasons are behind his behavior. I don't know what his life has been like, what he's been through, why he sees things the way that he does. All I know is that being soft, kind, and compassionate towards him will make a greater impact than anything else might. When you experience people like this, I hope for the same. Love, Phoenix.